It's February 28th, 2022, and Faye commented the daffodils look to be about at their prime this morning, so at least the early crops. So I'm going to take some pictures of them. I planted these right here around the front of the house um, last fall. Normally there are daisies here. Um, Here are some these are, I think, exceptions that are just starting to come up. Um, and These are just some tete-a-tetes I got to take down to the land and plant. They were at Walmart for like $1 per pot, and there's like 3 or 4 flowers in each one of those. I don't have any of that kind there. Um, I'm just going to start planting them throughout the yard. So those right there, they're kind of actually a little bit past their prime. Um, and those are some tete-a-tetes I got at Walmart. I thought they were maybe a different variety, but I think they're just the tete-a-tetes. Oh, and look, over here, I even forgot I planted these. These might be, I'm not sure if they're Dutch Master or Exception. Started to plant some back here. Oh, I think these are Dutch Masters. Here, my neighbor and friend Aurora gave me a white ginger plant, so that'll hopefully survive the winter and will be coming up. And then planted some back here. I think these are just Dutch Masters. And here's a pine tree we cut down last week. It was tearing up the driveway. There's actually 4 of them there that will have to go away. I hate to cut trees, but anyway, they're just pine trees. There you see I cut down the whole thing to give more light to the daffodils anyway. Here's my original bed. I don't know, we're just getting mostly yellow ones. Back in the area there was like a mixture of different colored ones, and my father-in-law took it upon himself to come by and weed it. When he does that, he pulls up the bare dirt there, so I think that kind of set them back. Here I just noticed this one. I forget what that is. And these are the early sensations that I got when we moved here 30 years ago. Those right there, I think, are exceptions. These were some that I dug up when we were in Virginia. It was a pine forest, the field, the old house that had burned down, and they planted pine in there. They were just barely hanging on. So I dug these up, hoping they might be something exotic, but they just look like probably Dutch Masters. There's Faye over there at the clothesline. And there's some daffodils there with my father-in-law weeded. You know, there were daffodil bulbs everywhere, so there's some of them came out there and grew. The tree we cut down fell on these Grand Primos, but they don't seem any the worse for wear. We're going to cut that one and those two down, and I guess it could fall on the daffodils, but they'll come back next year. I planted, okay, those have been here a while. They don't have Grand Primos in their prime. I'm not sure. Some had some come up very early, like December or January, and bloom, and then I don't know what was something going on. We had kind of a warm fall, and it turned really cold all of a sudden. Those are early sensations, and I planted those Dutch Masters earlier this year. I planted them last fall, so those are new. These are more early sensations, I believe. But, you know, kind of nice as you drive up the driveway here. You see my bamboo patch. I planted a lot more down here last fall. These are Grand Primos here, and they've all kind of, you know, they came up really early for some reason, and, you know, just a few hanging on. But there are more Grand Primos that didn't bloom early, and I think those are early sensations there. These are Dutch Masters. This is some mixture I planted the year before last. Kind of cool. We're doing a water main broke over there, so they were down here and marked where the utilities go, and painted some of my daffodils for me. And up here, my neighbor Colin, these were here, and I intended to plant more Dutch Masters, but I think I planted Ice Follies, which he already had. I mean, these he already had, and I planted some. I thought they were up around in here, but certainly they would have come up by now. These are Ice Follies here too, although they did come up later. So I think maybe I accidentally planted more Ice Follies by mistake. So I'll come down here, and right here I think, there's a clump of dirt here. I think it'll be a good place to put some Dutch Masters when Lidl gets them in stock this fall. I think I got 2 bags of 40 for around $14. No, $12. It was like $7 for one bag, and the second bag was 50% off or whatever. Anyway, you can work it out. It seems to be about cheaper than cheap as you can get daffodils, and order them from cheaper than really ordering them from Van Bourgondian at DutchBulbs.com. I have 25 acres of pine. I want to clear some of them to make room for a cabin and a garden and whatnot. And nobody wants to come. They need to be thinned, you know, to clear out just a little land, but no one wants to be full with that little bit, so I'm going to have to cut more. And I had an idea. There's a tulip poplar tree. Just beautiful. Gets these hundreds and hundreds of tulip flowers on, kind of green.